What's up, everybody? It's me, Cup of Tea, aka Majora T. That's right, I'm here with the games of the week. Can't you see them? Oh, wait. Here they are. That's the games of last week, actually. This is my weekly checkup. Welcome to the doctor's office. Dr. T here to tell you about what are my goals for the week. And I am following the Games with T model. For those who don't know, Games with T here on YouTube is the man. Go check him out if you haven't already. If I find the time, I'll put his link in the description. But I was inspired by him with his challenge at the beginning of the year. 2 consoles, 1 handheld. My handheld is still the Switch, and then I have Xbox and N64 as my consoles of choice. Last week I dabbled in P3P, BIOSHOCK, and Mischief Makers. And I gave you the updates then. Let's talk about it now. Before I get into these games, I actually just want to take some time to recognize some accolades. So if you don't know, I do have a sub-channel, Teddy Kong Country, where I post all my book reviews and just some gameplay if it's uncommentated. So I've actually got my Sonic 1 run down to 31 minutes and 29 seconds, which is 3 minutes shaved off of my previous time. I have an Amy run that I'd like to redo. I'm so close to that 30-minute mark. When I do that, I will post a Sonic the Hedgehog advanced guide on my channel, Majora T, my main channel. But so excited. I've been having a blast. I've been submitting my runs to speedruns.com. I finished a book, first time in a while, a physical book. So Magic, the Final Fantasy collection. It's a great book. I will not finish a book if I don't like it. And so that's a good sign already. So you can watch that review. It's a good 9 minutes here. I also do have links in the Discord below. But you can also go ahead and check out Teddy Kong Country. So the other one is, I can't really show it right now, but I had also replayed Mischief Makers on stream. And my run was about 2 hours, 36 minutes. Is surprising. I just wanted a game to stream, and I had so much fun playing it, and I wanted to see how much time I could shave off. I shaved off 3 hours. Cut it from 5.5 hours to 2.5 hours. And I watched some guy's live stream, and his gameplay, I got some learning to do in that game. There's a maneuver you can do they actually insinuate it somewhere in the game, in the Olympics, the Mischief Maker Olympics. It's like a dash jump, and it's like a roll turning into a jetpack jump, and you can use it to really just blaze through the levels. So I'm probably going to try that again. I'm going to spend a little time off stream learning it, and then come back and stream it when I feel comfortable and confident, and try and get that closer to the 2-hour mark, if not below it. So I found another fun, quick replay type of game in Mischief Makers, and I just had so much fun with it. I'd love to redo it. So those are happening in tandem with my games for this week, which were Persona 3 Portable, BioShock Remastered, and Banjo Dreamy. So let's start with the Switch. Last week, I was actually at 8.5 hours of play in the second layer of Tartarus. This week, I am still at 8.5 hours of play in the second layer of Tartarus. So this is a red flag to me. This is the first week, actually, that I haven't played the game at all. Even these previous weeks, I was playing these games somewhat, if not finishing them. So that, to me, has given Persona 3 Portable a red flag. I'm a little nervous. That's an ugly red flag. We're not going to do that. We'll do this one. We're going to give it the flag. Just because if I'm not playing this game at all and it's an RPG that's going to take a while, I don't know. Now, the good news is I'm going on vacation next week, so I'm expecting to get a bunch of Switch time in. But if I'm not playing P3P, I mean, it might be time to swap. Yeah, how big this is. There we go. All right. BioShock. I'm BioShock right now. BioShock Remastered. I beat. Credits rolled. Yes, first game for February, and I believe it was on it was Wednesday, so 9/8/7/6/5/2/5 or 2/4. I think it's 2/4 actually. 2/4/25. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. Obviously, I've dabbled in BioShock before. I did own it on PS4 through the collection, and I had played a bit of it then. I just didn't finish it for some reason. I wasn't focused. Much more focused this time. And I think it's a good game, and it was probably like a masterpiece for its time. I think playing it in 2025 is weird just because of the abundance of games like that. And I have a lot of feelings. I feel like there's things it does really well, like Big Daddies and Tonics and all that. And then I also feel like it's kind of showy. And it did leave me a bit to be desired. I did play the remastered version, so I could do a video on it. I don't want to like just bash, but because that's definitely not what I'm aiming to do. It's not my goal, but it's kind of just being honest with my feelings about it. So I was thinking like just BioShock Remastered is good. Like that would be the whole concept, because that's jarring in and of itself, because I think people put this game on a pedestal, and for me it's just not there. So the other concept is like first time playing BioShock Remastered or something, but whatever. I actually did play this a bit at a friend's house back in the day, and you know, there were things that stood out to me, but I don't know. It's like the good, bad, and the BioShock or something. Maybe that's the theme for the week. The good, the bad, the games. It's a work in progress. But anyways, I'm happy I did it. And you know, the other thing I'm conflicted about is I had actually streamed my gameplay so I could download it from Twitch, and I forgot to download it before the footage expired. So now I just got to go look at somebody's log play and get footage that way. So I'm like, I'm super ambivalent about doing the video, but listen, if you want to know my full thoughts, I guess I can go ahead and share it. I do actually I mentioned it in a vlog that's going to be out in a couple days, so you can look forward to that. Let's talk about Banjo Dreamy. Oh, by the way, where do I even log this? Do I log this here? Yeah, I do. Okay. Banjo Dreamy. Where do I begin? This is a homebrew game that is made out of love for Banjo-Kazooie and hate, because this is an exercise in patience and pissing. And I'm not talking about urine. I'm talking about pissing you the fuck off, because this is a hard-ass homebrew made to piss you off. Every stage in Banjo Dreaming is designed around the concept of collect the notes, all the notes in this world, and if you die before you do, you lose them. And let's put one note in all of these remarkably remote locations within the stage. And by the way, you need to have the majority of notes in order to get to the next world. And let's also add pits of fire where you can get an insta-death and have to redo your progress. Alright, if you're not familiar with Banjo-Kazooie, there's a stage in the N64 version called Rusty Bucket Bay, which 100%ing the notes is a challenge and an ordeal in and of itself. Every other one is pretty simple. I mean, the same concept applies, but you're really not going to die in those stages. Rusty Bucket Bay has an instant death pit within the steamboat. So that one challenge was really hard. And what they did in the Xbox version is they repaired it so your progress would save whatever notes you collected, and you wouldn't have to go back and recollect them. Well, this Banjo Dreamy is like if we were only talking about Rusty Bucket Bay as played on the N64. It's brutal, but a sick part of me likes it. The game was pissing me the fuck off last night, but my God, if I wasn't trying to keep coming back for more. So, I got thoughts, I got feelings, but I'm looking forward to... I'm going to beat the hell out of Banjo Dreamy. I have 100... I'll go back to my notes here. I have 104 notes. And I need 111 to go through the next door, and I hope that's to the final boss, because I'm about ready to be done with this piece of shit. No offense to the guy who made it. I think it's awesome that he did it. I'm glad I even get to play it. Is it a true Banjo 3E? No, but it's funny. It's cute. I like it. Okay, so for next week, Banjo Dreamy stays. We're good there. Persona 3 Portable stays. For now, if I make no more progress on it, it may be time to switch RPGs. I actually do want to put something on Xbox, but just because I'm traveling, like, I need that longer game for Switch. So it's time to replace on Xbox Series S what I'll be playing. And I think for the sake of keeping the week light, because I know it's going to be that type of week where I just have so many obligations, I am going to play a game that's shorter and that I've already got a bunch of progress on and I haven't beaten before. It's Mighty Switch Force 1. So I have like half the progress done. And I do like the studio behind the game. I can't remember exactly if it's Rising Star Games. I think it is. Or no, maybe it's... Well, whoever it is, I like what they do. So, that's a cute little 2D platformer. The other idea was Castlevania, replaying Castlevania 1. But I do think it's important to just stay on top of games I've never played before and finish them. So... there you have it. But that's my games for the week. What do you think? What's yours? Cheers. See you in the next video.